The grand meeting hall of the Galactic Council buzzed with activity. Aliens of all shapes and sizes moved about, their voices a mix of clicks, whistles, and rumbles. At the center, a large holographic display showed a blue and green planet, Earth. Zaxtor, the council leader, raised his 4 arms for silence. The room fell quiet. Fellow members of the Galactic Council, Zaxtor began, his voice deep and gravelly. We are here to discuss the human problem. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Humans were new to the galactic stage. They had only recently discovered faster-than-light travel. Humans are spreading too fast. A tall, spindly alien named Vereen said, they colonize every rock they find. It's annoying. Agreed, rumbled Gork, a rock-like being. But they are weak. Their weapons are primitive. Their ships are slow. Laughter echoed around the room. The mighty alien races found the idea of humans being a threat quite funny. Zaxtor nodded. Yes, humans seem bad at war. Their history is full of conflicts among themselves. But they never developed planet-killing weapons like us. They waste resources fighting each other. So what do we do? Asked Vereen. I say we invade, Gork suggested. Take their planets. Show them who's boss. The idea spread through the room like wildfire. Alien leaders nodded and shouted their approval. But in a dark corner, a small green alien named Pip looked worried. Pip had studied humans more than the others. He knew there was more to them than meets the eye. Pip raised his hand. Wait, he said softly. But no one heard him over the excited chatter. Zaxtor was already making plans. We'll send our fleet. The humans will surrender quickly. It will be easy. As the council got excited about the coming invasion, a human spy hidden in the air vents listened carefully. Sarah had snuck aboard the alien station weeks ago. Now she knew she had to warn Earth. Quietly, Sarah crawled through the vents. She reached her hidden ship and took off, cloaking device on full power. As Sarah raced back to Earth, the alien fleet began to gather. Thousands of ships, each bigger than the largest human city, prepared for war. On Earth, people went about their day. They had no idea what was coming. In New York, a hot dog vendor argued with a taxi driver. In Tokyo, students rushed to school. In Lagos, a woman sang as she worked in her garden. Sarah's ship entered Earth's atmosphere. She headed straight for the United Nations building in New York. She had to tell them. She had to warn them. The leaders of Earth met in an emergency session. They listened to Sarah's report with growing concern. Are you sure about this? The U.S. president asked. Sarah nodded. They think we're weak. They plan to invade soon. The room erupted in debate. Some wanted to try talking to the aliens. Others wanted to prepare for war right away. As they argued, a young general named Jack stood up. Listen, he said, these aliens think we're bad at war. They think we'll be easy to beat. But they're wrong. Everyone turned to look at Jack. We humans have been fighting each other for thousands of years, Jack continued. We know war. We understand it in a way these aliens can't imagine. They think our history of conflict makes us weak, but it makes us strong. The room fell silent as Jack's words sank in. We've survived world wars, nuclear standoffs, and countless smaller conflicts, Jack said. Each time, we've come back stronger. We've learned. We've adapted. And now, we'll use everything we've learned to defend our home. The leaders began to nod. They felt a spark of hope. The aliens claim we're bad at war, Jack said, his voice rising. Well, I say we show them just how wrong they are. Let's get ready. Let's show the galaxy what humans can really do. A cheer went up in the room. The leaders of Earth began to plan. They would be ready when the aliens came. In space, the alien fleet moved closer to Earth. They expected an easy victory. They were about to learn just how wrong they were. The sky above New York City turned dark. Not the usual darkness of night, but something more sinister. People stopped and looked up. Traffic came to a halt. A massive shadow loomed over the city. An alien mothership, larger than anything humans had ever seen, hung in the air. Smaller ships zipped around it like angry bees. In the UN building, world leaders watched in shock. The alien invasion they had been warned about was here. "They're early," General Jack said, his face grim. "We're not ready." The U.S. president turned to him. "Ready or not, we have to act now." Suddenly, every TV, radio, and phone on Earth crackled to life. A deep, inhuman voice spoke. "Humans of Earth, we are the Galactic Coalition. Your planet is now under our control. Surrender, and you will be spared. Resist, and you will be destroyed." Panic spread across the globe. In London, people ran for shelter. In Beijing, the military scrambled fighter jets. In Rio de Janeiro, crowds gathered on the beach, staring at the sky in disbelief. Back in New York, General Jack grabbed a microphone. His voice boomed across the city. "People of Earth, this is General Jack. Stay calm. We knew this day might come. We have a plan. Trust in humanity. We will not go down without a fight." His words sparked a fire in people's hearts. Fear turned to determination. In orbit, the alien fleet commander, Zaxtor, watched the humans with amusement. "Look at them scurry," he chuckled. "This will be over quickly." But Zaxtor was in for a surprise. As alien ships descended on major cities, they met unexpected resistance. In Tokyo, a group of mech suit pilots, trained in secret, sprang into action. They leaped from skyscrapers, tackling alien fighters midair. In Moscow, hidden anti-aircraft guns opened fire. Alien ships, caught off guard, spiraled out of control. And in the skies above London, the true shock came. A squadron of Earth fighters rose to meet the alien craft. But these weren't ordinary planes. They were reverse-engineered from crashed alien tech, salvaged in secret over the years. Zaxtor's eyes widened in disbelief. "Impossible," he roared. "How do they have our technology?" On the ground, the battle was just as fierce. In Central Park, New York, an alien ground force found itself bogged down in an urban guerrilla war. Humans popped out of manholes, ambushed from behind trees, and disappeared into subway tunnels. Sarah, the spy who had warned Earth, now led a team of special forces. They moved through the city like ghosts, striking alien weak points with deadly precision. In the UN building, General Jack coordinated the global defense. Screens showed battles raging across the planet. Humanity was bloodied, but unbowed. "Sir," a young lieutenant called out, "we're getting reports. The aliens, they're confused. They didn't expect this level of resistance." Jack allowed himself a small smile. "Good. Confusion leads to mistakes, and we'll capitalize on every mistake they make." Meanwhile, in his command ship, Zaxtor was furious. This was supposed to be easy. He bellowed, "Why aren't they surrendering?" His second-in-command, Vereen, looked nervous. "Sir, we may have underestimated them." Zaxtor slammed his fist on the control panel. "Impossible. They're primitive. They're divided. They spent their history fighting each other. And maybe," Vereen suggested quietly, "that's why they're so good at it." As the first day of the invasion drew to a close, neither side had gained a clear advantage. The aliens had superior technology, but the humans fought with a ferocity that shocked their invaders. In cities around the world, the streets were battlefields, but for every building that fell, human resistance grew stronger. People from all walks of life joined the fight. Teachers became snipers. Bus drivers turned their vehicles into barricades. Children acted as scouts. As night fell, General Jack addressed the world again. "We've survived the first wave. We've shown these aliens that humanity is not to be trifled with. But this is just the beginning. Stay strong. Stay united. Earth is our home, and we will defend it." Across the planet, humans cheered. The aliens had claimed humans were bad at war, but humans were proving them dead wrong. And this was only day one. 2 weeks into the invasion, Earth was a changed planet. Smoking craters marked where cities once stood. Alien patrols roamed the streets, but the human spirit remained unbroken. In the ruins of Chicago, a group of civilians huddled in a basement. They listened to a crackly radio broadcast from General Jack. "People of Earth, we are not defeated. The aliens thought this would be easy. They were wrong. Now it's time to show them what humans can really do." Miles away, in a secret underground base, Sarah briefed a team of special forces. "Our mission is simple," she said, pointing to a holographic map. "We're going to steal an alien ship." The soldiers looked at each other, then back at Sarah. One spoke up, "Ma'am, with all due respect, that's insane." Sarah grinned. "Exactly. That's why it'll work." As night fell, Sarah's team moved out. They wore suits reverse-engineered from alien tech, making them nearly invisible. They crept through the ruins of the city, dodging alien patrols. Meanwhile, in New Delhi, a different kind of battle was taking place. Dr. Amrita Patel, a brilliant scientist, worked tirelessly in a hidden lab. She had been studying captured alien technology. "Eureka!" she suddenly shouted, startling her assistants. "I've cracked their communication code." This breakthrough would change the course of the war. Humans could now intercept and understand alien transmissions. Back in Chicago, Sarah's team reached their target. A grounded alien scout ship. 2 alien guards stood watch, their 4 eyes scanning the area. Sarah gave a silent signal. Her team moved with practiced precision. In seconds, the aliens were down, and the humans were inside the ship. "Okay, people," Sarah said, settling into the pilot's seat. "Let's see what this baby can do." The stolen ship rose into the air, its engines humming. Alien craft nearby didn't give it a second look. Sarah's plan was working. High above Earth, Zaxtor paced in his command ship. The invasion was not going as planned. Humans were using guerrilla tactics, striking fast and disappearing. His forces were confused and demoralized. "Sir," Vareen called out, "we're detecting unusual activity in Sector 7. Zaxtor looked at the screen. A single ship was behaving erratically. "Probably some malfunction," he growled. "Destroy it." But as alien fighters approached the rogue ship, it suddenly accelerated, performing maneuvers no alien pilot had ever seen. Inside the stolen ship, Sarah was at the controls, a wild grin on her face. "Yee-haw," she shouted, pulling off a barrel roll that sent pursuing craft crashing into each other. Her team looked on in awe. "Where did you learn to fly like that?" one asked. Sarah laughed. "Video games, my friend. Lots and lots of video games." As Sarah's stolen ship danced through the sky, Dr. Patel's discovery was put to use. Human forces began predicting alien movements, setting up ambushes, and avoiding traps. In Australia's outback, a group of Aboriginal trackers led alien patrols into natural death traps. In the Amazon rainforest, native tribes used their knowledge of the land to outsmart the invaders. Humanity's diverse skills and knowledge, once seen as a weakness by the aliens, became their greatest strength. General Jack coordinated these efforts from his mobile command center, a converted school bus. "Keep pushing," he urged his commanders. "We're making progress." Indeed, for the first time since the invasion began, the aliens were on the back foot. They had expected to face a unified, conventional army. Instead, they found themselves fighting farmers, hackers, street gangs, and everyone in between. In his command ship, Zaxtor was furious. "How?" he bellowed. "How are they doing this? They're primitives." Vareen, looking at reports from the ground, spoke softly. "Sir, I don't think they are primitives. I think we may have made a terrible mistake." As the day ended, Sarah's team successfully landed their stolen ship at a secret base. Scientists swarmed the craft, eager to study its technology. Sarah stepped out, tired but triumphant. A soldier handed her a radio. "It's General Jack," he said. Sarah took the radio. "Mission accomplished, sir," she reported. "Excellent work, Sarah," Jack's voice crackled back. "But this is just the beginning. Tomorrow, we take the fight to them." As night fell over the battered Earth, a new sense of hope spread among its people. The aliens had claimed humans were bad at war, but humans were proving to be the most formidable enemy the Galactic Coalition had ever faced. And the real battle was just beginning. 1 month into the invasion, Earth was scared but not broken. Humans had learned to survive, to fight back. Now, they were ready to turn the tide. In a hidden bunker beneath the ruins of Paris, General Jack stood before a group of international leaders. The room was tense, filled with hope and fear. "Ladies and gentlemen," Jack began, his voice firm, "we've found their weakness." A hush fell over the room. Jack nodded to Dr. Amrita Patel, who stepped forward with a holographic projector. "The aliens' technology depends on a rare element," Amrita explained. "We've named it xenonium. Their ships can't function without it." The hologram showed a complex molecule spinning slowly. "And here's the kicker," Amrita continued, a smile spreading across her face. "Earth's core is full of it." Realization dawned on the leaders' faces. One spoke up, "So that's why they invaded. For this xenonium." Jack nodded. "Exactly. But here's where it gets interesting. We've developed a way to destabilize xenonium. One burst from our new weapon, and their tech goes haywire." Excitement filled the room. For the first time since the invasion began, victory seemed possible. Meanwhile, high above Earth, Zaxtor was facing a crisis. His ships were malfunctioning, his troops were demoralized, and the humans kept surprising him at every turn. "Sir," Vereen reported, "our xenonium reserves are running low. We need to extract more from the planet soon, or we'll be stranded." Zaxtor growled in frustration. "Prepare for a major offensive. We'll crush their resistance once and for all." Back on Earth, Sarah and her team were preparing for their most daring mission yet. They stood before a massive alien ship, captured in a recent battle. "All right, folks," Sarah said, her eyes gleaming with determination. "We're taking this bird right to the heart of their fleet. Any questions?" A young soldier raised his hand. "Yeah, just one. Are we crazy?" Sarah grinned. "Absolutely. That's why we'll win." As Sarah's team boarded their captured ship, humans around the world prepared for battle. In the Amazon, native tribes coated their arrows with a poison that could penetrate alien armor. In Tokyo, mechanics put the finishing touches on giant mech suits, now enhanced with alien tech. The alien offensive began at dawn. Thousands of ships descended from the sky, their weapons blazing. But this time, Earth was ready. In New York, buildings that seemed abandoned suddenly came to life, revealing hidden gun emplacements. In the Sahara, tanks burst from the sand, their cannons firing the new xenonium destabilizing weapons. And high above, Sarah's captured ship slipped unnoticed into the alien fleet. The battle raged across the globe. Alien ships fell from the sky, their systems scrambled by the humans' new weapon. On the ground, human forces pushed back with a ferocity that shocked the invaders. In his command ship, Zaxtor watched in horror as his invasion crumbled. "This is impossible," he roared. "They're savages. How are they beating us?" Suddenly, alarms blared. Vereen's eyes widened in panic. "Sir, we have intruders." Sarah and her team had reached the alien mothership. They fought their way through the corridors, planting destabilizing devices as they went. Back on Earth, General Jack coordinated the global counterattack from his mobile command center. "Push them back," he ordered. "Show them what humanity can do." As the sun set on this pivotal day, the tide of war had clearly turned. Alien ships retreated in disarray, many crashing as their systems failed. Human cheers echoed across the planet. In the alien mothership, Sarah faced off against Zaxtor himself. The alien commander towered over her, his 4 arms wielding advanced weapons. "You primitive fool," Zaxtor snarled. You think you can defeat the might of the Galactic Coalition? Sarah smirked, holding up a detonator. No, she said. I know we can. She pressed the button. The ship's systems went haywire. Zaxtor stumbled, his weapons useless. As Sarah's team escaped in pods, the alien mothership fell from the sky, a burning symbol of humanity's resilience. On Earth, people emerged from hiding, looking up at a sky now free of alien ships. A new day was dawning, not just for Earth, but for the galaxy. General Jack's voice crackled over global communications. People of Earth, stand tall. We were attacked because they thought we were weak. They claimed we were bad at war. Today, we proved them dead wrong. As cheers erupted worldwide, one thing became clear. Humanity's greatest strength was the very thing the aliens had underestimated: their unbreakable spirit and their ability to unite against all odds. The war wasn't over, but its outcome was no longer in doubt. Humanity would prevail. The news of Earth's resistance spread across the galaxy like wildfire. On countless worlds, enslaved species watched in awe as humans, a race they had never heard of, stood up to the mighty Galactic Coalition. In a dingy bar on a distant space station, aliens of various shapes and sizes huddled around a holographic display. It showed scenes from Earth, humans in makeshift armor fighting alien troops, captured spaceships piloted by Earth's fighters, and the burning wreckage of the Coalition's mothership. Impossible, whispered a tentacled being. No one has ever defeated the Coalition. These humans, said another, its eyes wide with wonder. What are they made of? Back on Earth, the aftermath of the Great Battle was still settling. Humans emerged from hiding, blinking in the sunlight of a new dawn. The sky, once filled with alien ships, was clear save for the occasional piece of falling debris. In the ruins of London, Sarah and her team helped civilians out of underground shelters. Children pointed at the sky, asking, "Are the bad aliens gone?" Sarah smiled, ruffling a young boy's hair. "They're gone for now, kiddo. And if they come back, we'll be ready." Meanwhile, in a hastily assembled war room in Geneva, General Jack met with world leaders. The mood was cautiously optimistic. "We've won a great victory," Jack said, his voice tired but proud. "But this is just the beginning. The Coalition will be back, and they'll bring reinforcements." The U.S. President leaned forward. "What do you propose, General?" Jack's eyes gleamed with determination. "We take the fight to them. We use their own ships, their own technology, and we push into space. It's time for humanity to join the galactic stage." The room erupted in debate. Some leaders were eager to pursue the retreating aliens, while others urged caution. As they argued, Dr. Amrita Patel burst into the room, her face flushed with excitement. "We've done it," she exclaimed. "We've cracked their faster-than-light technology." The room fell silent. The implications were staggering. Humanity could now travel to the stars. As Earth prepared for its next move, the impact of their resistance was felt across the galaxy. On a desert planet light-years away, a group of enslaved aliens watched their Coalition overseers with new eyes. "If the humans can fight back," one whispered, "why can't we?" The spark of rebellion, lit on Earth, began to spread. In the Coalition's Central Command, far from Earth, the alien leaders were in chaos. Zaxtor, rescued from his falling ship, faced the Supreme Council. "How could you let this happen?" The Supreme Leader bellowed, his multiple eyes blazing with fury. They were supposed to be primitives. Zaxtor, once proud and arrogant, now looked broken. We underestimated them. Their strength isn't in their technology, it's in their spirit, their unpredictability, their sheer determination." The Supreme Leader's tentacles writhed in agitation. "And now our hold on the galaxy is threatened. Already, we're receiving reports of uprisings on a dozen worlds." Back on Earth, humanity's first faster-than-light ship prepared for launch. Named Hope, it carried a crew of Earth's finest, soldiers, scientists, and diplomats. Their mission: to make contact with other species and form alliances against the coalition. As hope rose into the sky, humans around the world watched in awe. For the first time in history, humanity was truly united with a common purpose. In New York, now a mix of ruined skyscrapers and alien technology, a street artist painted a mural. It showed a human hand and various alien appendages clasped together, with stars in the background. Underneath it read, "Together, we are stronger." As hope disappeared into the vastness of space, General Jack addressed the world one more time. "People of Earth, we face an uncertain future, but we face it together, and we face it unafraid. The aliens claimed we were bad at war. We proved them wrong. Now let's show the galaxy what humans are truly capable of when we strive for peace." Across the stars, a new era was dawning. The galaxy, long oppressed by the coalition, looked to Earth with hope. Humanity, once dismissed as primitive, was now the beacon of freedom for countless worlds. The war wasn't over. In fact, it was just beginning. But now, humanity wasn't fighting alone. And that would make all the difference. 6 months had passed since Earth's victory against the initial invasion. The planet was a strange mix of old and new. Rebuilt cities gleamed with a blend of human and alien technology. In orbit, a fleet of ships, once belonging to the coalition, now bore the flags of Earth's nations. On the bridge of the flagship Defiance, General Jack stood with Sarah and Dr. Amrita Patel. They watched as a swirling portal opened in space, Earth's first wormhole. "This is it," Jack said, his voice solemn. "Our final push against the coalition. Are we ready?" Sarah nodded, her eyes fixed on the portal. "As ready as we'll ever be." Amrita held up a device. "The wormhole is stable. It'll take us right to the coalition's home system." As the Earth fleet prepared to depart, a transmission came through. It was from the Hope, the ship sent out months ago to seek allies. "General," a tired but excited voice crackled, "we've done it. We've united half the galaxy against the coalition. They're waiting for your signal to attack." A cheer went up across the fleet. Humans weren't fighting alone anymore. Jack took a deep breath. "All ships, prepare for wormhole transit. Today, we fight not just for Earth, but for every species that has suffered under coalition rule." The Earth fleet, accompanied by ships from a dozen alien races, plunged into the wormhole. In a flash of light, they emerged in a system with 3 suns and a massive space station. "Coalition home base dead ahead," Sarah reported. Suddenly, alarms blared. A vast coalition armada appeared, dwarfing the Allied fleet. "They knew we were coming," Amrita said, her voice tight with worry. Jack's eyes narrowed. "Then we give them the fight they're expecting." The space around the 3 suns erupted into chaos. Coalition ships, technologically superior, but manned by complacent crews, faced off against the diverse and determined Allied fleet. Earth ships, piloted by humans who had honed their skills in video games and simulations, pulled off maneuvers that left their enemies stunned. Alien allies, inspired by Earth's resistance, fought with a ferocity that surprised even themselves. On the coalition command station, the Supreme Leader watched in disbelief. "How?" he roared. "How are they beating our best ships?" Zaxtor, now a reluctant advisor, spoke softly. "Because they're not fighting as individuals or even as single species. They're fighting as one unified force, each making up for the other's weaknesses." As the battle raged, a small team led by Sarah slipped away from the main fight. They piloted a captured stealth ship towards the coalition station. "Remember," Sarah told her team, "a mix of humans and alien allies. Our job is to take out their central command. Without it, their fleet falls apart." They docked undetected and raced through the station's corridors. Alien team members marveled at the humans' adaptability, while the humans were impressed by their allies' unique abilities. Back in space, the tide of battle was turning. The coalition's rigid tactics were no match for the Allies' unpredictable strategies. Ships that had once terrorized the galaxy were now falling, one by one. General Jack's voice boomed across the Allied comm channels. Push forward. Victory is within our grasp. On the station, Sarah's team fought their way to the central command room. They burst in, weapons ready, to find the Supreme Leader attempting to flee. "It's over," Sarah said, her voice firm. "Call off your forces." The Supreme Leader, his multiple eyes wide with fear, looked from Sarah to the battlefield displayed on the screens. He saw his mighty armada in retreat, outmaneuvered and outfought by species he had once considered inferior. With a trembling tentacle, he reached for the communication panel. "All coalition forces," he said, his voice breaking. "Stand down. I repeat, stand down." Across the battlefield, coalition ships powered down their weapons. A stunned silence fell over both fleets. Then, from a small Earth fighter, a whoop of joy erupted. It was quickly joined by cheers, roars, and other sounds of celebration from countless species. On the Defiance, General Jack allowed himself a small smile. "Send word to Earth and all allied worlds," he said. "The war is over. We've won." As the news spread, jubilation swept across the galaxy. Worlds that had known only oppression for centuries celebrated their freedom. And at the heart of it all was Earth, the planet of humans who had proved that determination and unity could overcome any obstacle. The galaxy would never be the same again. And it was all because the Coalition had made one crucial mistake. They had claimed humans were bad at war. They were dead wrong. 5 years had passed since the fall of the Coalition. The galaxy was a changed place, and at the heart of this change was Earth. Once considered a backwater planet of primitives, it now stood as a beacon of hope and unity for countless worlds. On a warm summer day in New York, now a sprawling metropolis of human and alien architecture, General Jack stood before a massive crowd. Humans and aliens of all shapes and sizes had gathered for the inauguration of the Galactic Council's new headquarters. "Friends, allies, fellow sentients," Jack began, his voice carrying across the square. "5 years ago, we faced extinction. Today, we celebrate not just our survival, but our thriving." In the front row, Sarah and Dr. Amrita Patel sat with a group of alien diplomats. Sarah, now an ambassador, smiled as she remembered their journey from resistance fighters to galactic peacekeepers. Jack continued, "We proved that diversity is not a weakness, but our greatest strength. The Coalition fell not just because of our military might, but because of our ability to unite, to see beyond our differences." As he spoke, screens around the square showed images from across the galaxy. On a desert world, humans worked alongside insectoid aliens to build atmospheric generators. In a gas giant's orbit, a team of aquatic aliens and human engineers constructed a revolutionary space station. "Our victory taught us an important lesson," Jack said. "We are at our best not when we're at war, but when we work together in peace." The crowd cheered, a cacophony of human voices and alien sounds blending into one joyous noise. Meanwhile, light years away, the Hope continued its mission of exploration. Its crew, once solely human, now included members from a dozen species. They approached an uncharted solar system, excitement building on the bridge. "Captain," a blue-skinned alien called out, "I'm detecting signs of primitive technology on the third planet." The captain, a veteran of the Coalition War, smiled. "Looks like we found another civilization to welcome to the galactic community. Send the first contact team." Back on Earth, in a classroom in Lagos, a young human teacher stood before a diverse group of students, some human, some alien. "Today," she said, "we're going to learn about the Coalition War and how it changed our galaxy." A small, furry alien raised a tentacle. "Teacher, is it true humans were once considered bad at war?" The teacher laughed. "That's what they said. But we proved that being good at war isn't what's important. What's important is being good at peace, at understanding each other, at working together." In orbit above Earth, a massive space elevator neared completion. It was a joint project between humans, former coalition engineers, and a dozen other species. Each had brought their unique knowledge and skills, creating something greater than any could have achieved alone. As the day turned to evening, celebrations continued across Earth and countless other worlds, in homes, in stations, on ships traversing the vast expanse of space. People of all species raised a toast to peace, to unity, to the future. General Jack, watching the sunset from the balcony of the new Galactic Council building, felt a tap on his shoulder. He turned to see Zaxtor, the former coalition commander, now a key advocate for galactic cooperation. "You know," Zaxtor said, his voice humbled, "we were so wrong about humans." Jack smiled. "We were wrong about a lot of things. But that's the beauty of it, isn't it? We can learn, we can grow, we can change." As night fell, the stars came out, brighter and more numerous than ever before. Each one represented not just a distant sun, but a potential friend, a possible adventure, a new understanding to be reached. The galaxy had entered a new era. The age of oppression was over, replaced by an age of exploration, cooperation, and growth. And at the heart of it all was humanity, not because they were the strongest or the smartest, but because they had shown the galaxy the power of unity, of determination, of hope. They had been claimed to be bad at war. They had proven to be exceptional at peace, and in doing so, they had changed the course of galactic history forever. As the celebrations continued into the night, one thing was clear: the future was bright, and it belonged to all.